Okay, so this is just a short tutorial about how to use Tinkercad. So Tinkercad is a 3D program and it's useful for working with younger students, although I have worked with grade 8 students and they found that it's quite useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with, you go to tinkercad.com, and then what you do is you can sign in. You can make a free account. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in with my TDSP account. And so when I do that, it's going to give me an option of continuing working on something or creating a new design. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a very simple pavilion. A pavilion is just a meeting place. It might be in a park or it might be in some sort of public space. And so we need some sort of cover and we need something to hold that up. So you'll notice on the right-hand side, we've got lots of options. So we're going to start off with something here, and this is going to be my pole. Now I can change this and I can make it larger, I can make it smaller, I can change it slightly. So I've done that, and so I've modified this in one way. Now I'm happy with that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, I'm going to duplicate this, and now I'm going to move that across here. I can do that with a keyboard shortcut as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with 4 of these. I'm using a Mac, so I'm just holding down the Option key. So now I have 4 of these. You'll notice that it's on a grid and it's snapping to the grid. The grid is down here. It is 1 millimeter, so each one of these squares represents 1 millimeter. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a roof on here. So I got lots of different kinds of roofs that I can use, but I'm simply going to choose a pyramid. When I take the pyramid, I'm going to put it on here, and it snaps to the 90-degree orientation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch and shrink it like this, and I'm going to go here, and this is just a little trick that allows you to make sure that it's lined up properly. I can look at it from the front, I can look at it from the right or the top, or I can click on this and I can just get it like that. So I'm going to move it around, and then I'm going to grab this, I'm going to stretch it here. And so I'm fairly confident that that's going to work. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this top thing here. I'm just going to make it rise. And now I'm going to go here. And with a little bit of playing around, I could get it to be exactly the size that I want. I can even get the slope of this so that it works. And then what I could do is that I could put other things in there. So I could have, some seats or something, or I could even have, just some sort of weird little thing here. And I could place this on here. And again, just sort of using those little tricks of making sure that you kind of play with this a little bit. So you can make sure that you have something interesting. So that's how to use Tinkercad. When you're finished with Tinkercad, what you can now do is that you can export this. And so you can export it and you could make it for laser cutting or for 3D printing. You could also send a picture of your design. Or what some of my students do is they just take a screen recording of this, and then they go like this, and they demonstrate, oh, look, this is what I've made. So Tinkercad, it's a useful 3D program. It doesn't require an awful lot of training, and it's fun for kids to be able to make 3D models.